Lucian is the host of Magic Chat. Today I'm very honored to join one very important event and meet Mr. Jeffrey Greene. Let me shake your hand.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Because for your speech is great and thoughtful. And I just want to know that you come to here and show our, the story back to World War II and American history with Chinese people. How do you think about Chinese relationship with American history?
That's the $64,000 question. The relationship should be very strong. We're the two most powerful countries. Most powerful economies, militaries, science, technology. We need to cooperate. And what World War II tells us, what the story of the Flying Tiger tells us, is that 80 years ago, with a terrible struggle, a terrible enemy, terrible destruction, the Chinese people and the American people, the Chinese people and the Flying Tigers stood up. They stood up to aggression. They stood up to fascism. And they won together. They put their backs together, their shoulders together, and they won.
Make the whole world change.
And that's a lesson for today because it tells us, despite the political differences, despite whatever reason is at hand, the Chinese and the American people have a history of cooperating, and they're in extraordinary circumstances and winning. So, to me, the most important thing is that the two countries respect each other. It's sad to me that Americans don't understand the depth of the relationship that the Chinese people do. In World War II, everyone in China lost a family member, just about.
Exactly, sacrificed a lot of people.
And it's a very living thing. America, we didn't lose any people at home. Our soldiers were killed in foreign lands. But we lost nobody at home. Nobody was bombing American cities. So it's a little different view of the world because of that. But the thing is, when you tell Americans about the story, when you tell Americans about the history, they get excited. They want to know. And it's just, unfortunately, our news media doesn't give us the opportunity. News media wants to talk about a fire, a bombing, a hurricane. It's something terrible. And so it's hard to get the good news out there. But our
That's
Flying Tiger,
the news want to do, bad things.
Well, our Flying Tiger Friendship School program, the thing I'm most excited about is our kids come home and what do? They tell their parents about an extraordinary experience they had. And their parents are excited, really. And, what I know because I'm so interested in this is Americans really are interested in China. We different cultural backgrounds. We're Western Europeans, different than Asian.
But anyway, we can find the common part.
Well, we can, and Americans love Chinese food. Americans love Chinese art. Your writing, we think, is great art. We think, calligraphy is great art. We love martial arts. Kung Fu Panda. Every kid in America knows Kung Fu Panda. So we have more things bringing us together than separate us.
Yeah.
So
what we want, I think, is make peace of this world, united of this world, and make this world great again.
That's
so,
all.
I want to know, for today's event, your speech, and for Flying Tiger, help the China, and make this World War II in China successful victory. What is meaning for you today to still doing this for, right now today?
Well, it's something that needs to be done. And unfortunately, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? But it's given me a great opportunity because these Flying Tigers, these are my best friends. And I've outlived them all. It's sad. There's only 6 of them still alive. I've gone hunting with them. I spent time with their families. I'm a military man. I'm a pilot. So we share that bond. I tell people this. When I was a young pilot training, you put your flight suit on and you think, maybe I could be a Flying Tiger. And you know what? In China, People's Liberation Army Air Force, when young Chinese pilots put on their flight suits and they walk up to the airplanes, they too, who do they think about? They can be Flying Tigers. make people understand that. And unfortunately, there will always be competitors, but that's good. I mean, what's wrong with that? That's our best ball teams, our best basketball teams. And as long as we can do that, we can succeed. And if we don't, it's a tragedy for the world. Because if America and China do not succeed, the world will not succeed.
Right, exactly.
So we have a responsibility to make it succeed. And Flying Tigers is a lesson from 80 years in the past telling us that it works.
历史的一个时刻相聚，我们一起回顾历史，守望和平。